And I wanted to talk today about a blog post that I wrote on the Talent Branded site. And it's about Google. It's about the shifting sand that is under all of our feet. If you are a health brand, a wellness brand, if you help people, if you're a practitioner, nutritionist, you sell diagnostic tests, you are a doctor, a functional medicine practitioner, there's a huge shift going on. A huge shift going on right now. I want to talk about that. It's the 2026 survival guide for health and lifestyle brands. It's interesting. I was looking back at the year and I remember telling some of my clients, we've got to move away from this traditional, we're doing a blog post, we email it out, maybe we send a text message. We're going to have to start pushing the boundaries a lot more. We're going to have to start pushing the boundaries a lot more. And I think it's difficult because I think a lot of my clients were programmed, and I know I was to a certain degree, that for the last 10 years, we all played by the same rule book. We wrote the content, we stuffed it with keywords like anxiety treatment near me or best physical therapy for back pain or best ways to become not vitamin D deficient. And we waited for Google to really send us the clients, customers, and patients. That was the strat, and whoever could do that at scale was winning that game. And the thing is that that was a great game then, but it really depended upon your ability to be able to do those things. Master SEO, and I had clients that I had consulted for and also did marketing execution for, that we were writing everything. We were hiring people to write things. We were really trying to do this at scale because the idea is that would last forever. And I think 2025 sent a huge signal that not only is it not going to last forever, it might not even last through the end of the year. It might not even last through the end of the year. And I have seen this coming. And I think what many people are calling this is the automation cliff. And Gartner, which is a big consulting firm, said that they're seeing a 25% drop in traditional search engine volume. I think that is conservative. I personally think we're already at, with some demographics, 35, 40, maybe even 50%. Why do I say that? Because people have a resistance to click the blue links anymore. They have I don't know if you've seen it in yourself. I've seen it in myself. I'm going to LLMs. I'm going to Google. I'm going to ChatGPT. I'm going to Grok, and I'm asking even for shopping now. Now I know what you're saying. Well, Damon, you're not my average consumer. But like I told the client 2 years ago, we need to start putting video in every blog post we do. We have to be an everywhere kind of brand. And I know there was resistance because, well, who's going to voice the videos? Am I going to be in the videos? But you're seeing now what video did, what mobile did. This is the new thing. How are you going to survive it? If you have been based on search, I want to talk about this seismic shift here. And I want to talk about real things that you can do. Real strategies. Strategies that are out there now. Strategies that might work for you. They might not work for you, depending on your positioning. But I want to talk about a couple strategies here that I think are great. The big issue is for everybody that you have to think about is the hotel strategy. And I want to talk about the hotel strategy because this is the way that I am describing this to my clients. It's the hotel concierge shift mentality. And people are like, "Wait, Damon, I'm not in the hotel business." I'm in the wellness business. I understand. But you have got to look at it. Used to be that you would write things, you would come up in organic search, you would pay for an advertisement, you would come up in the search results, people would click on the blue link. As this fades away, this all becomes the hotel concierge shift. What do I mean by that? Traditional SEO was like kind of filing a book in a library. You needed the right keywords, the right category, and people would find you on the shelf. SEO in 2026 is going to be about being recommended by a high-end concierge. Now, if anybody has been to a nice hotel, or you have been at an event where there is a concierge, you know you can go up to them and you can start talking with them specifics. Well, I would like seafood, but I have this allergy. I have that. And they will say, well, I've been there. This is what it's like. They'll have a conversation with you. It's not saying seafood restaurants near me. It is much more deep because the hotel concierge has been there, has a relationship with them, knows what's going on, knows all the details about it, can tell you how to get there. Whereas traditional SEO would lock you into an experience that was one-sided. Now, in 2026, this AI concierge is listening to what people are saying on Reddit. Just like the hotel concierge is listening to what other people that came and went to that restaurant said, what their experience was, what their significant other's experience was, what their experience was with the owner. Your new AI concierge, or your customers, more importantly, AI concierge, is listening to what people are saying on social media, on Reddit. They're checking the services to see if it's relevant. Is there content freshness? Are they doing new things at the restaurant? And it's only recommending it to you if it's solution based, not one of the top of the blue links. And this, my friend, is a seismic shift for many people who survived on the best nutritionist in Cleveland, and you were one of the top 3 links. This is a seismic shift if this is what you have relied on. So let's go over the different strategies here because I think that that is important. Let's go over the different strategies that you can deploy that might help you. Keeping in mind that 63% This is shocking. Of shoppers that are looking for health products and supplements, if this tells you anything, 63% of shoppers now start their product search directly on Amazon, bypassing Google entirely. This is probably the biggest shift that we have seen in health and wellness in a long time. So let's talk about what I call the search everywhere multi-platform approach. What is this? This is what I call the strategy A, the search everywhere. You can no longer really rely on just one channel. Now, we've known this for a while. We've wanted to diversify. Many people here are listening and said, yes, I've wanted to diversify for a long time. You have to really be everywhere now. Because if people are searching on Amazon, you need products on Amazon. If people are searching here on LinkedIn, you need to be on LinkedIn. If people are searching on TikTok, if they're bypassing the blue link, the Google blue link, you're going to have to be where that customer is at. And as you see the cost per clicks either increase drastically or disappear from effectiveness, you're going to need more platform psychology. And in health and wellness, one of the biggest opportunities we have, if you're somebody who helps people, because that's what I do. I work with people who help people. I help people who help people. So the great thing about the TikTok, Instagram thing is that you can communicate your worth without just being a list of 20 blue links and see who has the best landing page. That's done. That's done. So the new strategy is don't just post a lecture on cortisol. Post a visual hook showing the results of lower cholesterol, of cortisol, or cholesterol, depending on what you're selling. The exact morning routine. You're going to have to become a lot more human. And I'm going to tell you, this is one of the things I think about wellness companies in general. I see this especially in mental health. The resistance to be human, the resistance to connect. Therapists probably, it's so bizarre because therapists and behavioral health are the people talking about how you need to connect. They're counseling people and helping them have better relationships, but overall have a really bad relationship online with people because of fear. But that's a different video. You need to look at the psychology of what's going on in YouTube, TikTok. They're going there to verify that you are who they say that you say that you are. They're looking for deep dives. They're looking to create a relationship with you. In one of my health and wellness communities that I have, it was so interesting. There was a member of my community that I really thought I had a deep relationship with. Now, this person knows me, the whole thing. I've had several conversations with people on TikTok, on my own community, podcast notes, the whole thing. And it was interesting. She came into my community and said, "Hey, I can't remember the guy's name who founded this." That told me right there, I was like, all right, even though people are going deep, not everybody is thinking about you like you're thinking about you. So the strategy is the search everywhere thing. You need to pop up everywhere that matters. And I'm saying in comments and commenting, this is what is going to call up when the LLMs, that hotel concierge starts talking about you. Let's talk about strategy B. Win the answer engine. Now, I'm going to tell you this is a really good strategy that many people are deploying already in SEO, but can take into this new LLM concierge assistant-based evolution that's going on with SEO. In 2026, it's not just going to find your content, the LLMs. It's going to read it for you. It's going to read it for you. And it's funny because I had a client who I was advising, listen, when we create this content, we need to be really careful about really sounding human, and they really wanted to sound medical. And I tried to explain this would be great if we were going to other people that are wellness professionals, but you're going for somebody who has a very limited experience. That is why they're coming to you, because they want your expertise. And there was a very big resistance against that it had to be very clinical. And I said, no, 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 because the LLMs are they're gonna, your competitors are gonna beat you in the blurb game. That's a better way to say it. The models are gonna prioritize content that's structured, easy to understand, and summarized. So you need to review your top 10 service pages. And you really need to answer your question. Does insurance cover TMS therapy? Are you really coming out with the answer in the first 100 words? Because the strategy forever was get them to read, stay them on the page, keep them on the page, don't let them show them this banner, keep them on the page, that is over. In my opinion, is over. You need to use really clear H1 and H2 headers, use bullet points. AI loves structure. Are you answering it? Is it covered by insurance? Get to the point. Because although the strategy was to keep them on page, and then eventually in the last paragraph tell them, no, it doesn't cover it, but you can get it here for 10% off, isn't going to work anymore. The LLMs are not going to rank you as effectively. The old SEO was targeting best magnesium supplements. The new AI SEO is targeting what is the best magnesium supplement for sleep if you have digestive issues and have side effects. It's going to be think of this like a hotel concierge. Think of this like it is going to be very specific. It's going to find you all of the ranked magnesium supplements that are digestive friendly. So if you're not saying that in your content in the first 100 words, if you're not winning the answer engine, you are going to lose the LLM game. Let's talk about strategy 3. I call this the EAT standard, EEAT. Google and AI models hold health companies to a really high standard. This is a disadvantage. This is a disadvantage when you're marketing for health and wellness. You're held at a higher standard. Google and AI is going to be really looking at you. If you give bad advice, people get hurt. So they do not want to put you in that algorithm unless you demonstrate EAT. What is EAT? EAT is experience. Do you have firsthand experience? This is why interviewing people, transcribing that, what was your experience here? What was your experience with magnesium? What was your experience with therapy? What was the breakthrough? This has a lot of credibility with LLMs. Does the author have firsthand experience? This is what you're going to need to be able to do. The gate is gone. In the past, we hid our best guides behind email capture forms to generate leads. I'm going to tell you right now, stop doing this. If you gate all of your content, AI can't read it. And if AI can't read it, it will never cite you as an authority. So I'm talking to you coaches out here right now. If you're gating everything, you have a disadvantage. You need to look at your content and say, is it building my reputation? Expertise. This is the second part of EAT strategy. Who wrote this? Is there a bio linking to them? Do you have a medical board certification? Your LinkedIn profile? Other people who are credible, are you linking to them? Very, very important. Expertise. Authoritativeness. This is very, very important. Are you cited by other medical journals or reputable news sites? Now, I will tell you this. About a year ago, I stumbled upon something that I had used in the past, and that was PR strategy. Getting things published and linking back to create authority worked very well. Are you cited? Are you popping up in other people's streams? Are other people talking about you? And then the last, trustworthiness. Does your site load fast? Is your site secure? Are your reviews real? This is very, very important. That is the EAT strategy. Very important that matter of fact, everybody in health and wellness, this is the focus, is that EAT strategy. That is a strategy I would lean into the most. I think that this strategy has the longest legs to survive the LLM game. Strategy D, and this is the last strategy. I call this the local gold mine. Now, some of my clients are based on local search. South Carolina, the best nutritionist in a certain town in Ohio. Reviews are currency, friends. National SEO is rough. Local SEO remains your highest ROI opportunity, in my opinion. All of these strategies, when you tie in that local, separate you even more. Reviews, especially, are currency. You need to deep dive into Google reviews. One of the things that I put together here at my company, Talent Branded, was a way to be able to automate a lot of that. Are you getting reviews? Are you responding back to them? Do you have 4 and 5-star reviews? That is going to signal trust. Google's not going away. It's just going to be your hotel concierge. The second part of that is hyper local content. Don't just write about mental health. Write about mental health support for students at the local university. Fill in the blank. Mental health support for students at this high school. Or how to survive the heat in Phoenix, or something super hyper local. This signals to all the search engines that you are deeply rooted in your physical community. This is probably the easiest play out there right now. And in closing, I'm going to say you need to look at this as if your content is your relationship with a hotel concierge. Think about this: if the concierge had to recommend you to the one person that asked that I'd like seafood, but I'd like it cooked this way, like that, would that concierge have the information about this? Or would the concierge not know? This is the best. This is a simple way to look at it. Now, what this is going to stretch you to do, it's going to stretch you to really be more human, really be able to communicate more effectively. And that, my friend, I believe is really what is going to separate you out. Are you going to survive the huge shift in 2026 that is about to happen? I'd love to hear your comments. If you want to find out more about me, you can go to talentbranded.com. Thank you guys so much. Think about this. Are you going to survive the shift? What do you need to do with your content to survive the shift? Thanks so much for tuning in, guys.
If this video resonated and you're ready to grow your business, visit talentbranded.com to see how Damon can help you help more people.